Hey, what's up everyone? Upstart here with RyXe Gaming, and today we're going to be starting a playthrough of Monster Sanctuary. Now, I've been wanting to play this game for a while. I have played it before, as you can see. We have a continue game right there. It's not that I've done a test run, but I've also played this before. I played it back like 2 years ago in August of 2019, and at that time the game was still in early access. And right now, I think recently, kind of recent, last year, recent, it came out in 1.0. Right now, it's like in 1.1. They're working on 1.2 or something like that. Anyways, doesn't matter much. But back then, there was a level cap, and then there's different biomes, and I think the biomes available were only up to the ice biome or tundra. But anyways. This game is is like it's a monster catching type Pokemon-ish taming type thing. The thing is, it's kind of strange how the monster catching system works in the way that it's not like catching them. It's more like you have to defeat the monsters, and if you get lucky, you'll get an egg from them, and then you have to hatch it. You just choose it to hatch, and it hatches automatically, and that's basically it. You just have to be able to get the egg. So that's the way it works instead of actually having to tame it or catch it like other games. But anyways, I've been wanting to play this game, like to put it onto the channel, but I've just never been I just haven't gotten around to it because there just have been other games that I've been wanting to play more than this one, since I've already played it, and I'm like, I'll get to it eventually. When I saw that it was that 1.0 was coming out, I'm like, I'll get to it when 1.0. But anyways, there was a person who actually influenced a little bit in the decision to go with this one. I'm not gonna say that person made me, or forced me to actually go with this one. Not exactly, because it was actually on the list. It was not like on the top of the list, but it basically brought it up there. They suggested that or recommended or asked if I could play a certain game. They asked for, I'm not gonna say their name just because of privacy, whatever issues, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I just won't say their name. They know who they are, and well, they wanted me to play Portal Knights. I looked into it. I did consider it. I don't have the game. I would have to purchase it anyways, but it didn't. It just seems like it's too long. Like it has too much to it. I think there's a lot of, like, you would have to play multiplayer with that game. I guess you could play single player, but it seemed like it was too long. I try to avoid the super long games to keep my playthroughs short and as entertaining and as engaging as possible. I guess that's the term I want to use. I don't know. And I rejected the game, mainly because it was too long. Secondly, because it is very boxy type game, Minecrafty. I'm not a fan of those type of games, and I did tell the person, and I told him what was on my list to play, and they said that they would like to see me play Monster Sanctuary or Subnautica. I asked Subnautica 1 or Subnautica Below Zero. I didn't get really a response there, except for like just play what you want, don't let me influence. But I'm gonna do Monster Sanctuary, and probably the next one after this one maybe Subnautica, and then after that Subnautica Below Zero. But I will be playing them modded because I have played both games. I have passed or finished both games. There's obviously, you can continue playing them and do all sorts of things, like base building and stuff like that. But I played both of them. 1.0 just came out recently for Below Zero with the ending to that game. I thought it was pretty cool. It was a bit like, okay, maybe there might be a 3, who knows. But anyways, that's probably what's on the list. There's other games, but we'll see. Anyways, let's just go quickly into, let's just start a new game, and then I'll get into the options. New game. So I've played this game before, like I said. That was the limit back then. This was my test run. I was a male previously, and I think I'm just gonna go with this one on the right side. We're gonna go with a female, just because, I don't know. Blue is my favorite color, or one of my favorite colors. Black is my favorite color, but blue, green, those kind of colors. Anyways, oh, I forgot. We're just gonna go with our typical name, RyXe. You can name every creature you hatch or whatever, but I don't find it of interest. I don't like naming things, really. The Monster Sanctuary is a land far from any other human civilization. You can skip that, but we're going to, for introduction's sake, we're going to keep this going. While all monsters are dangerous to humans, monsters raised by them grow loyal to their owners. Most of the people in the Monster Sanctuary or reside in the Keeper's Stronghold. Many of them learn to raise and train monsters. They call themselves Monster Keepers. Choose the familiar of your bloodline. So basically, our family, our ancestors have had one of these as their guardians, or it was their monster or their tamed monster, whatever you want to call them. Let's just say it was their monster, like that. Let's just say it was their monster. They hatched it, originally, and then it's just been like in our family for generations. As you guys probably were able to see, my first playthrough, I had the Spectral Toad. The reason I chose this one was mainly, at first I thought it was because of the diversity with the attacks here, earth and water. This one's fire earth, this one's fire wind, and this one's water wind. And I thought earth was probably better. No, I think I remembered why was that. It was probably because it was tankier. Because I wanted to be able to withstand attacks. I just went with that as my reason for that. I'm not a fan of red, so I didn't. The spectral line was just like out of the question from the very beginning. The eagle was interesting, but my favorite color, I like the color scheme of the spectral wolf, but I'm not really, I don't know, don't really want to go with it for some reason. But I may go with it. No, you know what? We'll just go with the spectral eagle as I did in my test playthrough. Orange is not really my favorite color. It's nowhere near blue or green, but we'll go with the eagle. This one's more like a glass cannon type thing. It has low defense, but it has high attack, magic, and health and mana. Maybe there's something better than that. Yeah, these are more balanced. This is more defense, and this is more balanced. We're gonna go with spectral eagle, fire, and wind. Okay. Choose Spectral Eagle as your familiar. Yes, I think you can name it too. I'm not going to name it. Okay, here's the story. Among the most prestigious monster keepers, there are 4 prominent old bloodlines tied to the Monster Sanctuary's history. Each of those bloodlines is aided by a spectral familiar. Those familiars are ageless protectors of their family, passed on from one keeper to the next. RyXe is just starting out to become a monster keeper like her ancestor before her. As with all starting monster keepers, her journey begins on the keeper's trail. Her bloodline's familiar bears the form of a spectral eagle. Name your familiar. No name. I don't name. I usually don't name anything. Text input. What does? Whatever. Just leave it as that. It's called eagle. Monsters are wild things. The only reason I'm helping you is the bond I share with your family. It's basically telling you, don't talk to me, but I normally don't talk to people like that, but like you, but because I know your parents, I know your family, I'll help you. That's kind of like what it sounds like he or she is saying. Yeah, let's say it's a she. That she's saying, most monsters are less inclined than me to help you. That is why you must always raise your own monsters. They will grow alongside you, just as I will, and they will fight for you. The best way to gain a monster's loyalty is to hatch it from its egg. Of course, you will have to fight it, or fight to get those monster eggs. Look at the blob over there, a slime. Initiate a fight by contact. We shall see if you will live up to your ancestors. Okay, so controls. You can change the key bindings, but I'll just show you guys I'll show you all what I have gone with. So, the confirm and jump, these are default. I left that as is, but the up, down, left, and right were actually on the arrow keys. I hate that. I just went with the WASD, WASD. Left monster, right monster is to switch between monsters when you have multiple monsters, like to select between them. I'll get to that in a minute. Those were I think those were A and D or something like that. So I just switched them to Z and X. Interact with was on F. I just switched it to the E. Kind of like seems familiar. Kind of a familiar kind of layout. The map, text input. It showed it on the bottom previously with the naming thing, but I don't get it. Don't really care. The buff info. I'll get to that momentarily. Anyways. Escape. Let's get out of the menu. So there's a bunch of stuff here. You can have your monsters can have equipment. You could give them 1 weapon, 3 accessories, skills. They have a skill tree. As you level up, you can go through these. You get skill points. As far as I'm concerned, you can't reset this unless I don't know if there's an item for it, but you definitely can't do this the normal way. Just like, oh, I clicked on this, I'm like, I kind of don't want that. I'm like, can I just reset it somewhere around here? No. Okay. Anyways, you can feed it food and they get buffs from it. I don't know if it's permanent or they last a certain amount of time or how that works exactly. Consumables, not really sure what that is about. Don't remember much. You can right here look at the status of your monsters. Here's the Z and X options, just if you want to switch between those, but obviously we only have one. Or switch from their placing in your roster. Obviously we don't have another, so that's basically that. We can talk to them. Don't really care because I don't need to. Our inventory. Right here you can use Z and X as well to go through these. There's a bunch of stuff. Eggs. Consumables, food, combat consumables, phoenix tier and small potions, to revive a target, and to heal, craft materials, catalysts, key items, weapons, accessories, blah blah blah. These options right here, I think they're basically the same as when you click on this. They're not all there, but they're basically the same thing. You might as well just click on the one you want for faster access. I believe the save and quit, it has an autosave option. Feature, I think, that you can't remove. I don't think. But anyways, I haven't looked for it. Don't really matter. It doesn't really bother me. So if I hit E, because each creature has an ability. If I hit Z right there. That's where you can do the changing monsters. If I had another one, choose the following monster or the monster that is following you. In my case, it's just gonna stick with that. They have an Explorer ability out of combat, flying. This one levitates the player. There are others that can burn stuff down, can break stuff. I don't know if they can light your way or something like that, lighting up torches and stuff like that. This one levitates and you use it by hitting the E. And if I were to jump and try to do that, I could probably go in that direction, but there is a problem. This one, I think you can upgrade the abilities, the Explorer abilities in some way. But, well, yeah. Right now I don't have that ability to get there, so there are some hidden places where there are or hidden areas where there are chests to find items, treasures, stuff like that. It's like a side-scrolling type thing, Pokemon like ish thing. So right there, I technically came in from the left side towards the right, so that's why my monster roster is on this side. Which if I would have at least 3, I would be able to use all 3 of them in this order: 1, 2, and 3. The first one is at the front, second's in the middle, and the third is at the back or the rear. These are the reserve, and then I think there's a maximum of or a limit of 3 per combat, of enemies. What I was saying, if I come in from the other side, my roster would be on this side. Just some UI thing, doesn't really aesthetics, order thing, whatever. It not really important. We can also retreat if we had any items that we needed to retreat. I don't know which ones they are, I don't remember. But we have X0, means times 0, 0. So we can choose, this is the order you have in your on your roster. You can change it in the menu, but when you're in the combat, you can either start it as is, or you can choose the monsters to choose the order of it, like choose that one first, this one last, or something like that. It just depends. So you can play this game. I probably should have mentioned this before, but since I'm at this point, I'll mention it now. Gamepad, or you can play it with gamepad, a controller, or keyboard and mouse. Keyboard and mouse is my preference. But when sometimes the controls are not that great with keyboard and mouse, I sometimes get, that's why I have the controller for. Anyways, I could choose the options with my my pointer here, my mouse, between attacks. These are skills. I'm guessing this is just a regular attack to attack because I can actually click on that and I could try attack, which I won't. It's a default action, as you can see right there. Neutral, no elemental damage. The monsters, most of them, or all of them, I guess, have an element to them. I don't know if they have more than one element, but in this case, if I go to enemy info, this one is resistant to water, so I'm guessing it's of the element water, and it is weak to wind. I believe that's wind, so that you can see stuff like the stats right there, how much health, how much mana. That's its mana pool right there. That's our mana pool right there. I think we can look at ourselves, but I'm not really sure. What else? There's this combo meter here. The combo increases depending on how many hits or attacks. As you can see right here, 6 of 25%, and that's how much damage it does each hit. Each hit adds to the combo, and I think the more times you hit that same, you have to hit the same one or else it kind of breaks. I think it breaks the combo. You have to hit the same one with maybe if you had other creatures during that same turn to get like a boost or damage bonus. Anyways, I got off topic. I like moving with the keyboard and mouse right here. You can do up and down, left, right, and if I hit spacebar, so it's weak to wind, so, and it tells you right there, and it shows you how much damage it'll do by default. But you can also get critical attacks. So I like moving around with the keyboard and mouse on this menu, and just hit the spacebar, and then hit it again instead of just clicking on click and then click. It kind of it saves you a little bit of time. Anyways, you can also accelerate the or speed up the combat animations and stuff like that. For this first one, we'll do it normally, but I will change it to speed it up to not take too long on this. I am explaining a lot, talking a lot, but kind of getting to the basics right from the beginning, and then later on we'll just steamroll through it. So you can also click, like I said, but you gotta move it. Instead, I'll just go with well, it's over. So right here it has a scoring system, combat results, a point system. Depending on the enemy difficulty is how many points you get by default right there. How long you take, the less you take, the more points you get. I'm not exactly sure what the maximum will be. Healthiness means how much damage how much health I kept, I guess, or basically if I took damage, this goes down and it reduces the points I get. Buffs and debuffs is kind of self-explanatory. It just means if for every buff you did or you applied to yourself or to your team, or for every debuff you applied, anyways, that would give you points here. Execution, if I'm not mistaken, execution, it means overkill, how much damage you did over the maximum amount of health your enemy had, and then you get extra points there. Our total was 8.1k. Every star, I think you need 2k per each one. I'm guessing with a maximum of 10k. 2, 4, 6, 8. If we would have gotten 10, we would have gotten under 8k. We would have gotten only 3 stars. Even if it was just 7,999, we probably wouldn't have gotten this one. Anyways, depending on your score is your rating, and that depends how much loot you get. Rare loot chance, most of that usually includes the eggs. 60% chance to get the egg. I think we're obviously going to get it by default. And then gold bonus, 130%. So we got 16 gold right there. That's a rare item. That's a common item. So according to this, we had a 60% chance of getting it, and we got it. I don't know why it shows them like options, but just continue. You leveled up. You get XP. There we go. You received a blob egg. Now you need to hatch it. Open the inventory menu and try to hatch it. Escape, inventory, click on this, go cancel. So I don't know if depending on the creature level that you defeated, where you got the egg from, I don't know if that depends what the level of, or default level or base level, I don't know what to call it, would be of the creature that you hatch. Because I've hatched in my test playthrough, I hatched a creature that was level 2. And I was like, why did I get a level 2? Wouldn't it be default just level 1? I don't name these. Like I said, I'm just going to go through that. Get out of this. Level 1. So I can switch them around through here. And I'm guessing that would be the order they would be in combat. 1, 2, 3. And like I said, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 6 are reserves. And I could change that around here or in combat, I guess. Yeah, just keep it default. I think that's about it right there. That is your first monster you hatched by yourself. Right now it is weak, so you will need to train it. Well, the Spectral Eagle is kind of, you're weak as well because you're level 1 too. But anyways, doesn't matter. There is much more for you to learn too. You and the Blob are quite alike. So what? We're both slimy or what? Let's continue on to the Keeper's Trail. It will lead us to Old Buron and an old friend of mine. He is a patient teacher to all young keepers, so seek guidance. I advise you to listen to him very carefully. Alright, so as you guys saw probably down there, autosave. I guess we could continue battling if we wanted to. What's this right here? Keeper's Trail, young keeper. It's the Keeper's Trail's beginning for all of man, or for all of man. Yeah, all of man. Beast in Sanctuary has beginning. Sounds weird. Is it a haiku or what? Yeah, I never understood those things. Alright, so I could fight those if I wanted to, but we're not gonna do that right now. We're just gonna continue through, and then I do my grinding off camera as I tend to do. So you can find treasure chests like this. This is gear. It tells you right there what it is. Obtain a cestus is a weapon. It seems to me like it's just knuckles. What is it called? I forget what those things are called. A kunai, basically a dagger. It's a weapon. It gives you, physical damage, magic damage, and mana regeneration. Sometimes it has extra stuff like that. Hide, accessory. Okay, it gives us defense, I believe. So I chose the Spectral Bird mainly because of its flying ability at the very beginning. It helps out with reaching harder, these harder reach places. Because if I were just to jump normally, I don't think I'd reach that. Anyways, let's talk to all the people on the way. Man, hey friend, you are just starting as Monster Keeper, right? Did you find some equipment for your monsters already? You can make your monsters stronger by equipping them. If I go into here, let's just go with the Spectral Eagle. Let's go into equipment. Let's go into here, kunai and cestus. Does it tell us if it adds damage? Oh, right here. It tells us if it adds damage or adds something or reduces something. So right here, it adds 5 and 5 to our physical and magic damage. Right here, this one does the same. This one does not add defense, mana, or health, but it does add mana regen plus 12. This one instead gives us 15 defense, and it gives us plus 8% damage reduction. In that case, I am more on doing more damage, but none of these really do anything for me, so I'll just go with the cestus. Accessory, we have a hide, gives us 12 defense and plus 110 health. We're gonna go with that one. We can either equip unequip one or just unequip all. Anyways, get out of there. Talk to this dude. Hey fellow keeper, did you know that every single one of your monsters possesses a special ability? You can use your familiar's ability to fly. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that. I know that already. And then right here you can choose between each of them. Well, actually, you don't choose between with X or Z. You just have to mouse over it. This one has flying. This one has bubble burst, which activates water orbs. As you can see here, you can actually catch or, I don't know how to call it. Have an egg of that flying creature drop and loot. I don't know, because it's not catching exactly per se, and then you can get that as well at the beginning, but to each their own. Keeper's Trail, man prospered through generations, found cities and nations connected by dirt and wheel, and later by steam and steel. Like a poem? I think that's a poem. Whee! Oh yeah, that thing right there, I've never seen it before, so I think it is new to the to me. it is new, past early access, or at least past what was available in this game 2 years ago. I'm just gonna add that there because I have the space for it. And the Spectral Eagle is my strongest one, so we're just gonna go with that. A gauntlet, it's another accessory. I'm just right clicking to get out of the menu quickly without having to use the escape. Right, Keeper's Stronghold. Left, Keeper's Trail. Our objective is not to go to a stronghold right now, right? It's to go on the trail, so we can keep going down here, but what's this over here? Okay, more birdies. Let's go down first before we come right here. As you can see, we have a mini map right there, top right hand corner. Oh, level 1 common upgrade material, crafting material. Okay, so on some of these spots, you would be able to see, like on the walls, sometimes there'd be like cracks in there. If you had a monster that was like heavy or something, they could probably break through it. Obviously, we don't have that because ours just flies. I don't think I'd be able to make it there. And there's no such thing as jumping in the air, so you actually have to jump prior to falling or hitting something. I don't think I'll make that, so let's just ignore that. So sometimes you want to check, you know, your like every nook and cranny you may encounter something of interest. I don't really feel like going into combat right now. We already did one. We don't need to do more. There's nothing up there. Well, there's that right there, but we'll deal with that momentarily. Man knew of those who wait. In the woods and caverns beyond, yet for the treasures within he longed, for the greed of kings was great. Actually, I have to go back for this one. Yeah, go back here and do that. We got a diadem. This loot is not random. I got exactly precisely a diadem there the last time, so anyways, I don't want to fight, so let's get out of here. We need to get that key. I'll check on that equipment later. I want to try to get to as much as possible here before we end the episode. Keeper's Trail. Man plunged into deepest abyss, foraged, attacked, and slew. These endeavors were without solace. The cost on humanity nobody knew. Ugh. So right here, if I were to have, I think I need a Magma Pillar, at least the ones that you can find out here at the beginning here, or maybe the lion maybe would have that ability. We would be able to, I think it would be like Ember or something, and you'd be able to burn down these vines. I'm not sure if these can be cut. I don't know if there's more than one way to deal with these obstacles. But anyways, we have a kitty knight over there. I don't know what that'll do. I can't remember. So that's the Magma Pillar there. We can get it. I did get it previously in my test playthrough, or my little test run. I don't know if I can reach that. I'm trying to just figure out, like, to see as much as we possibly can right from the beginning. Okay, so I can't reach that. I could try, and I may get lucky and maybe get there, but I am not gonna. I didn't mean to do that. So there you go. We got two enemies. We came in from the right, and so it's on this side. We go, that's the order they are in, 1 and 2. If I go to choose, I can choose the opposite, but that's not what I want to do. You can click on them and de-click or deselect. We're just gonna go back. It's gonna go back to my default thing and just gonna go start. Okay, and you don't necessarily need to attack first with the one at the front. You can choose whichever order you want. But I like the slime at the back because it has healing. Like, I don't know. I'm just accustomed to that. Your tank is at the front, DPS in the middle, and your healer at the back. I don't know, or in the middle. I don't know. Anyways, you don't necessarily need to always look at the to a new monster. Let's say if you don't know what their weaknesses are, you don't necessarily need to look at it. You just gotta go through whatever abilities you could do, because you can't do anything else really. And then you'll see right there, this one is resistant to lightning or wind attacks, so that's why it has that shield there. But this one is weak to that. And if I go to fire, none of them are weak to that. They're just normal or neutral to it. We're gonna go with, I'm gonna go for killing the kitty in the back. Cat Zerker, that's what it's called. Weak to grass, resistant to wind. So that's why we're like neutral with this attack. So just to point out, I don't know exactly what's going on or what happened during my test playthrough. I do test recordings as well. It sounded like my attacks or the interactions, the abilities, the sound was off or delayed, not my voice or the music. I think it was just the attacks themselves. I don't know what's going on there, because I did it right away for me. They may have done it delayed. I will check that, but if I can't figure out why it's happening, I just have to go with it. So I'm just gonna point that out because I am aware of it. So right here, I haven't been paying attention to the combo. I just pointed it out previously, but I really don't care about the combos. Really, I just go for what I feel like I need to kill first. Yeah, I'm like that. I'm like that friend that gives you like some advice but never takes it themselves. That's kind of me right there. Sometimes, not all the time. So right here, I took a ton of damage. According to what I know, or at least what I think, right here I'm just gonna do it to do extra damage. I think right there, or maybe extra moves combo. Nah, we'll just go with this. Okay. What I was gonna say, I'm not exactly sure if like you lose health, you take damage, right? But if you were to heal, will it give it back? You know, would it give you back those points? I think this has to do with 100% of your total health. Like if you take at least that much damage, you'd probably lose all that bonus. And healing, I don't think is gonna help at all. This is how much I did. You know, overkill. I keep thinking it's overkill, so I'm gonna continue until someone corrects me. XP, blah blah blah. But then came 4. Free from greed or any other sin, who listened to the voice within, struck a wound to the realm's core. The 4 are basically our ancestors, I guess. So every time you change, you like go through a to a new area or something. It seems like it auto saves. 3 smoke bombs. I think the smoke bomb is what you need to retreat. Anyways, in this direction, supposedly, we should be going to Old Buron. Maybe we need to go to the stronghold first, but I don't know. I'm just going around everywhere. You know, discovering the map right there on the mini-map. Oh, there's a Yeti, and then there's that one other thing. I think this is a dead end. If I'm not mistaken, I kind of want to go to the dead end. Yeah, that's a dead end. It won't go any further. Maybe I can go further in, though. Oh, look, I did. Ooh, loot. I don't remember this, so even though I've probably done this already, I don't remember, so that's all I can say. Alright, so I'm just gonna make this a little bit longer. I'm just gonna head to the Keeper Stronghold and see what story continues there. So let's head back before we continue forward, and we'll do that in the next episode. And this one, we'll get to that point in the No! I don't want to go into combat right now. I want to go through this faster. Faster, Sonic X. Oh, never mind. Copyright. Probably shouldn't be saying that. Yeah, sometimes they jump and move around, and sometimes they fly, sometimes they fly up, sometimes they stay down, and they might, touch you and make you go into combat. So I'm trying to avoid all that. Where was the Keeper's Trail? Was it for? Oh no, the Stronghold, was it behind? I think I'm going to the wrong. Oh no, it is in this direction. Okay, let's go this way. Oh, there's the path to the Keeper's Stronghold. We should continue to the Keeper's Trail first and visit Old Burn. Okay, so they stopped us. All right, so it's gonna be the end of this episode. I'm going to change the options to increase the speed of the combat. I forgot to do it, but I'll do it for the next one. But anyways, it's gonna be all for now. I tend to This goes for the person that kind of kind of um, influenced in my decision to play this game. Um, Before I do the next episode, because I tend to do them in advance because I have other things to do, other projects and all of that, and I don't really have the time to be doing these individually, But anyways, if you want to leave now, you can click off the video now. But anyways, please let me know if it's fine how I'm doing things. Actually, you know what? While I'm here, please let me know it's fine if it's fine the way I'm doing things. If you'd like to interact with me as I play along, then I will just do them one at a time. There's these options. Oh, right here, the screen shake. There is the combat speed right here, up to 1.2, up to 2. So we're gonna do it at 2. Difficulty normal. I just go with normal on everything. I don't know what this preview dodge chance means. I'll put it on just to see it in the next episode, and then we'll figure it out if it is useful or not. But anyways, please let me know if you would like to interact with me as I go along, or if it's fine if I just do them as I tend to. But anyways, that's gonna be all for now. Thank you all for watching. I know it went on for a little longer, but for the next episodes, I will try not to make them as long as this one. That's going to be all for now. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Hit that like button if you liked the episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.